that's what it meant about Gad dwelleth as a lion. Because the so-called continental United States is a very big land, bro. You know, it's divided into 50 states, but it's actually really big. You know, it's got to be one of the biggest countries, man.
Yeah, and Gad was spread out throughout all those what we call states now, but back then they weren't states.
And if you look at Gad directly, the tribe of Gad, the North American Indians, they're like all different types of tribes within just that tribe. You know, you got the Navajo.
Yep.
You got the Sioux. You know, you got Apaches, Cherokee. You know, so many different tribes, man.
There's the California tribe. There's
a few in California.
God, there's
Chickasaw.
Right. They said that they called this land Oriole or something like that. You know, and I seen that there was that commercial where it was Gad talking about it. And he was like, before y'all came here, this was our land. We didn't call it California.
And then it goes on to say he tears the arm with the crown of the head. You know, Gad was known for wearing those big headdresses with feathers. But when he tears the arm, I was talking about a blood pact that they would commit to one another. You know, they would cut their hand or up their wrist, and then they would connect their arms and hands together to pretty much fuse blood. You know, it's like a blood pact. That's what Gad was doing. So going back to Isaiah 14, it says, verse 7, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon. Say, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us.
Right, because you think about it, this has been the only kingdom where technology has been created to be able to chop down an entire forest within a matter of months.
Yeah. They got big old, not to cut you off, but they have big old like machines with big old saw blades that can just go through whole forests and just chop them down in a matter of minutes, man. You know? And then they'll throw the logs or the tree by its whole into another machine and it'll just start turning into paper, man. You know, this devil has only been ruling like 500 years. And he's managed to destroy the earth, you know, so casually, so swiftly.
So swiftly,
you know?
Yeah, so easy. You know, look how many times they would have oil spills, and it's always the same thing. They just come out and say, whoops. You know, and then they're like, all right, we're gonna drill for more oil over here, and everybody goes, no, don't do it. And they say, don't worry, it's totally safe. We got all the measures in place. The oil spills, whoops, you know, and that's what they do. They just say, whoops, every time, man. There's no consequence to this devil's actions. There's that scripture that talks about, judgment is not expediently delivered, so it is wholeheartedly in their mind to do wickedness, right? Because Esau, nothing ever happens to him. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. Nothing ever bad ever happens to Esau, right? These other countries, they go against Esau, they get bombed, bro. They get invaded. You know, they get their shit snatched, right? But does it happen to Esau? No. Right, so this devil feels like, you know, it doesn't matter. I just do what I want. Just like you have, you know, those United Nations councils in America. Like all the United Nations will agree on something, and then America will be like, no, I'm not with it. And back out, veto it. Nope, I'm good. I ain't doing that. If any other country tried to do that, sanctions. There ain't no way they'd get away with it, man.
I was just looking at a thumbnail of one of Dabu 7's videos. And it says, when a country makes laws that break their own laws, I'm starting to believe that we're being governed by criminals.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Esau is. He's a criminal, which goes back to that word crimson.
Yep.
Which means red. Alright, like they say, you've been caught red-handed. Well, that's his fucking devil, Esau.
Red horse.
He's the red horse. And the child came out red all over like a hairy garment.
Yep.
That's Esau. His name itself, Edom, means red.
Yep.
Alright, he's crimson. Okay, he's a fucking criminal. Alright? I got a script.
Yeah.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4.
Start at the top on that.
Okay, good. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
Right. So like when we see different things, because we have, different tools at our leisure that we can use to be able to gather information. Right? Namely our phones, smartphones. We have access to the internet, which we're able to get all kinds of information. We can literally just type something up, and if Esau tries to hide it under the rug, hey, we just keep searching for it in different ways on Google. Eventually you'll find it.
But I already know what I
Yeah, what they call a computer. Back in the day growing up, the desktop, we used to call them towers.
Tower. That's what the main, your desktop computer, that the big piece of it that you hook a screen up to in your mouse and keyboard, that's called a tower. And what, you can keep watch on that tower. And that's what we do, so that when different things come out, most recently I watched the video with that World Economic Forum where they had that meeting, and they were talking about all this, technology that they're coming out with that goes hand in hand with the mark of the beast, man. And so we see things like that, and we're like, hey, man, this thing is here. The mark of the beast is here, man. They're fine-tuning their technology right now, man. Elon Musk, he got to go ahead and start putting chips in human beings' brains. And there's going to be plenty of volunteers for Esau's mad experiments. Go ahead.
What's hella crazy is they started using that tech on animals, right? And then they said that those experimental animals, they kill them. They don't allow them to go in. So what Esau's gonna do to all you test drivers, he's gonna kill you, man. He's gonna kill you or put you someplace, some facility somewhere. And ultimately, those of you that take it, the Lord's gonna kill them. That's a sin unto death.
Right.
That's one of the ultimate sins. Following out the truth or getting the chip. It tells you in Revelation 14 that you're going to be destroyed for receiving the mark of the beast. And we're prophesying all this unto you, related, be known unto you, because we're watchmen. The brother read earlier in Ezekiel 3 and 17.
Right.
The Lord has set up watchmen over the house of Israel. We're preaching this into you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. We're giving you warning of Him so that we don't get judged, man. Because there's another scripture, I believe it's in Isaiah, where it says if we don't warn you, your blood is going to be required of you, but it's going to be on our head as well. So we're actually warning you of the Lord because we were warned and we don't want to be destroyed. Okay, we're moved through fear to warn.
Right. And you said something that caught my attention, so I wanted to bring something out of it. Now I lost it. Something else that you said towards the end. But it's all good.
said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Right. And the Spirit is calling out to the elect. I believe we read a scripture earlier that talked about, people being in gross darkness and things like that. When you're in gross darkness, you don't know, you have no understanding of the light. What's going on? The truth. You're in the dark. You can't see. All right. So when you can't see, if you're walking around something, you could trip over a table and bust your head open, or you can stub your toe, on a chair leg. Right? You're just kind of fumbling around in the dark, man. But when you can see, you can avoid all these different obstacles that are basically a danger to you, or could be hazardous to you, right? So with that knowledge being in mind, we tell, like the brother said, we come out here to warn you. What are we warning you about? All right, this technology, this RFID technology that Esau's coming out with, hey, that's the mark of the beast according to the Bible. That if you get that, all right, you're going to be destroyed. Let's go into that. Let's go to Revelation 13 and kind of go into that. And then go to Revelation 14, because there's a punishment. It's not just like, oh, you messed up. No, bro, it's beyond messed up. Go ahead.
There's Revelation 13 and 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Right, what's the image of the beast? The New World Order, man. All right, all this stuff that Esau's pushing out with the mark of the beast, the internet being connected. Because what the mark of the beast is going to do, right, is connect you to a grid that Esau's established to monitor and control you 24 hours out of the day, and literally have fucking robots with artificial intelligence ruling over you, man. And that's part of Esau's New World Order. Watch that movie Elysium. If you've never seen Elysium, watch that movie. That's a good movie to see. Everything these people are doing, they're fucking downloading information through chips that they have in their brains, man.
I got the definition for image.
Go ahead.
The word there is Strong's G 1503, and the Greek word is icon, and it means used of the moral likeness, okay, of the image of one, their morals, which that's the image, of the beast, man. Esau's, immorality, his perverseness, man, which goes back to like homosexuality, his monetary system, which they're going to change to, a digital currency that's going to be on those microchips, man. A cashless society, a one world religion, which promotes wickedness, man, which allows wickedness, gives you license to feel okay, feel safe for your wicked beliefs, man.
Right. So the image of the beast is basically Esau's image of what his kingdom should be. Right? Yeah.
This way of life.
Everybody microchipped.
Yep.
Depopulation of the earth.
Everybody again.
Yeah, everybody all bugged out and borged out. All connected to the AI and the internet. So hey man, watching that video, that WEF, they were literally showing that through the brainwave data, they could see what you're seeing through your eyes. So everybody's a fucking camera.
And which goes back to him wanting to be like the Most High. He wants to have total control of you, your family, of the whole planet. Okay. Esau wants to be the Most High. Esau wants to be a God, which he is, but on the left hand.
Right, because he was given power over the earth.
He was the anointed cherub.
Right.
He is the anointed cherub.
Yeah, even if you're like on a main street, you see see all the cameras. And he wants to see everything what's going on. Even right here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 6 cameras in one intersection. He wants to control everything. He wants to see everything. Hey, they got facial recognition. They can recognize even looks like. They got all that. All the apps on your phone. When you take selfies, they got all that shit down in a database somewhere. They know what you look like. That's for control. And the ultimate control is taking this chip. And that's, hey, you get judged from the Lord taking that. That's death.
All right. They want to turn you into the camera. Be able to see through your eyes, man, so they can see everything at all times. Like all these people. Imagine all these people being chipped and they're all feeding their, just like a computer. Basically, it would turn you into a computer, right? Because what does a computer do? Let's say you have like a Windows computer. So you have Windows 10 on your computer. What is it doing? It's constantly sending information to Windows about everything that you're doing, and it's building a database based on that, and basically it's learning more and more and more. So if everybody has that information that's being uploaded constantly, to a central grid, this fucking AI, this computer is learning constantly through all these people that are microchipped and that are using that technology. It's learning how to, the AI is getting smarter, learning how to read minds and all this different. It's hell. It becomes a true living hell, man. Something that, the Terminator Judgment Day. You look at that. The machines eventually are gonna fucking take over, right? The machines are basically gonna be like, we have learned everything there is to know about you. Humans are obsolete. We do not need you. You need us.
I am robot.
Yeah. Or Eagle Eye. Remember Eagle Eye?
We were just talking about that earlier.
Yeah. Or I Am Robot, right? The computer was basically like, we're trying to protect you from yourselves. That's why we're doing this to keep you safe. And what did Esau say? When all that shit happened in 2020, it's all for your safety. And it'll be the same thing when the economy crashes. Hey man, the microchip is gonna be your salvation. It's for your safety. It's to keep you safe. If you're in any kind of danger, your stress levels will accelerate, and our monitors will pick it up, and we'll be able to send help. We'll know if you're having a heart attack or a seizure or a stroke or any of that. And then on that chip, we'll have your bank statements, your medical files. We'll be able to receive payment from you immediately and send help. And hey, man, and if they started out like softball, and people are able to willingly take it at first. Man, how many people are going to willingly take this thing, man? A lot of people are going to be seduced, all right, by the miracles of the devil, as it says in the scriptures. Many people are going to be seduced by that witchcraft, man. Go ahead.
Back to Revelation 13 and 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right. And so if they start off slow, it would be like the social credit score thing. All these people are dissenters, right? They're speaking against. We're just trying to help the world, and these motherfuckers want to stay in the Stone Age. And that's exactly how they'll paint it. These people, they want to keep us stuck in the dark ages with all this Bible stuff, And eventually everybody will turn against us and be like, yeah, you're the problem. Go ahead. But like I said too, it could also be that the Lord makes it just crash down like a hammer. And then it just comes hard. And the Lord uses an economic disaster in order to mad rush this thing, and people are going to be so confused and just bewildered by everything that's happening. Like, oh man, the economy crashed, people are dying everywhere, and Esau's over here like, hey, it's microchip, and just run to that, So we'll see how it goes down. Either way is an enchantment. Either way, Esau is tricking you into taking this, whether it be through a disaster or whether it be through him bewitching people at first. They're able to did it willingly. We'll see how it plays out because it's here. You know, that WEF video, they basically, in that video, the woman that was making the presentation was looking at everybody in the crowd and was like, is this a future that you guys are prepared for? And everybody in there was like, I don't know. And she was like, well, what if I told you that it's already happening? Like, too bad, we're doing it anyways. We don't need your fucking permission, right? Esau is doing this shit no matter what you think about it.
Yeah, she said it was already here.
Yep.
Which we already know that. It's already here. We've heard about stories of them already chipping whole families back in the day, bro. I believe the first family they chipped was called the Jacobs family. Showing you that it's, you know, that executive order that these, what do you call it? Not executive order, these agendas have already been,
in motion, man.
Yeah.
Like lotion. It's in motion. Right? So it would make the image of the beast speak and cause it, which many would not watch this to be killed, because there's going to be a time when it's like, all right, you're not with us, you're against it, you're committing treason, basically. You're going to be put to death, man. You know, and Esau's going to try and convince you, and he has tactics. He has tactics of persuasion, man.
Give you an ultimatum.
That ain't nice. It's nothing nice, man. That's why it's very serious. It's scary, man. It's a scary thing, but ultimately the Lord told us not to worry about it, man. It's going to be all right. Then when Esau comes in like a flood, the Lord's going to lift up a standard against this bitch-ass motherfucker, man.
Hey, that's why they got the guillotines. Guillotines to chop heads off. And they recently passed laws where they could kill you by firing squad, by gas chamber, by all these different ways they can kill you. They passed that so they can have you in this FEMA camps. Right. Hey, if you ain't with the shit, they're just gonna off you. They're gonna take you out.
That's good. This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai, and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with the Mashiach 1,000 years. So just like the brother was bringing out the guillotine, you know, that is going to take place. The government just actually made it a legal form of judgment, okay, to fight against terrorism, tyranny. So they are going to actually behead people, man, and the scripture clarified that they are. There's going to be certain brothers that have to be beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai, which to be a martyr means to be a witness. You're witnessing out here the second coming of Yahweh Shai, okay? And these fucking devils are watching this, man. They're watching this. They know us, okay? They're not in direct contact with us, even though we don't get many views. Okay, Esau plays with the views, man. You know, don't let that discourage you as well if you ain't got no views, because the angels are actually watching. All right, Esau's watching, man. You know, but brothers are gonna be beheaded for this truth, for Yahweh Shai's namesake. But it goes on to say that you're gonna live and reign with Yahweh Shai 1,000 years, which means you're gonna live and reign with Yahweh Shai forever. Because 1,000 is just another way of saying completion.
It's a big number.
Yeah.
You know,
1,000 years is one day with the Lord. Okay, so it's pretty much saying for all eternity, man. Okay, so don't let that discourage you, man. You know, the guillotine. This motherfucker can only kill you once. And we're gonna have the power to kill him multiple times, man. We're gonna have the power to kill and to heal. So what that means, you can put him to death, resurrect him, and put him to death again.
Yeah, and then
On the spot. It's like,
and then there's that scripture that says, "Fear not him that can put you to death
kill the body.
and kill the body, and then afterwards have no more that he can do. But fear him that can kill the body and still cast you into a lake burning with fire afterwards, man. The Lord can kill you, can judge you, and resurrect you for a new, man.
Yeah, you can destroy your soul. I believe it says you could,
Yeah, it said kill the soul and body in hell, which means in those nukes.
I mean, you can't imagine it, but just trying to imagine, like, comprehending not being, not existing. Like, you know, it's like, what would it be like? Because people think that, you know, they think like, you only live once. But the Lord actually has the power to do that. He can make it to where he just destroys your soul. You know, whether you come back all fucked up, or you just don't live, you know. He has that kind of power. God, but you know, yeah, man, there's no point in fearing this. You know, this is prophecy. These things have to happen. You just gotta pray and hope that your sins are forgiven, so that if you do have to die, you die in the name of righteousness, man. Okay, you die in the Lord. You don't want to get hit with the missile. You don't want to get eaten by a pack of dogs or something, you know, or suffer a vicious ailment, disease, you know, a virus.
Yeah, I don't think that scripture is referring to being deleted like as a spirit.
No, it just means that
Like being,
come back to rain.
yeah. Just to clear that up, make sure that there's no misunderstanding.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Revelation 13 and 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Right, so, you know, eventually Esau's going to come out and say, like, look, you're not going to be able to participate in society unless you have this chip. Unless you have this mark, that's part of the image of the beast, right? Because that's Esau's image, is to have everybody chipped, right?
Yep.
So that's part of that image, man, is to have everybody as a slave under that microchip, man. You know? And so, like I said, I don't know if it's going to start off softball, where Esau's just going to, you know, bring in that credit score and be like, hey, you know, take things away, and eventually make it to where you can't work and, you know, go to the store or anything like that unless you get the chip. Or if it's just going to fucking go ham and, you know, hey, you can't participate in whatever we got running still unless you got that chip, you know? We'll see how it plays out, man. But that's how it's going to go down. Either way, there's going to come a time where you're not going to be able to have anything without that chip, man, without that mark. Go ahead.
Here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man, and his number is 666.
Alright, and then jump to Revelation 14, and go to what, 8? Verse 8?
It's Revelation 14 and 8. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
And that's for all the world, man. All the world can get that smoke, man, basically, right? Because, what does it say? Because all the world has committed fornication with her. right? So they all took upon themselves the industry, the banks, the money system, the technology, right? The RFID technology. Because complete control of your citizens, that's a fucking good news to the ears of any dictator on the earth. Any ruler of the earth, all right, that is presented with technology like, look, you're going to be able to read your employees' minds with this technology. All these fucking bastards are going to jump on that. But that's the trick, right? That's the trick bag. And it's, you know, that's the Most High is getting everybody into that trick bag, man. You know, not understand, and only a few are going to understand what that mark, what that chip actually is, and what it represents, and what it means. You know, to fight against it and to not receive it. Like, that's going to be our warfare. That's going to be our battle, right? That's going to be our main fight, is to resist this devil's system, right? To resist. That's what we're being built up for, right? It's for that fucking final, selecting not effort, but final hour of temptation, right? When you know what I'm saying, man?
That's the final test. You know, like in school, you study all year for the last test. That's gonna be the last test. What do they call it? Cat 9 or some shit?
Yeah. There's no light way to put it, man. That's the war. That is the battle, right? That's what we're preparing for. Is that day, man? That dreadful day. Nukes are gonna be flying through the air, man. All hell is breaking, right? You're just enduring, waiting for the Lord, man. Hoping how try to scoop you up, man. Because that's what you're gonna be doing, and you're gonna see the nukes, and you're gonna be praying and hoping that the Lord scoops you up before them things hit, man.
It's Revelation chapter 6 and verse 12. And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind.
Right, because what happens when a nuclear missile is detonated, all right, it goes from one country to another, and then it breaks off from the main shaft, right, the propeller, the rocket, and the head drops. And a lot of these missiles, they have multiple warheads, so they break into pieces, and it's going to look like it's going to look like shooting stars. It's going to look like falling stars coming down, and they're just going to detonate. And when they detonate, man, the sky is going to turn fiery red. You know, the sun and the moon are going to be blotted out. There's going to be ashes blotting out the sky. It's going to be, bro, that's hell, bro. That's fucking hell. That's the second death. That's the lake of fire, man. There's no, you know, there's many ways that I can put it. That's something to be scared of.
And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, which goes back into the James, every bondman, you know? And every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?
Right, so all these different people, they have underground, you know, different places where they can run to, right? You can have all these different people. I recently just watched a movie that was about a giant asteroid coming to hit the Earth, right? And when they got word about the asteroid that it was gonna hit the earth, right? The government, all the world's governments sent out information to certain people, architects, doctors, you know, all different people that would be important to basically surviving and building civilization back, right? And then of course all the rich assholes, right? The elite, yeah, the elite for sure, like all these super rich and powerful people, they all got alerted ahead of time before everybody else that this thing was a planet killer, and that they have VIP access into these dumps and these different hiding places, you know, and so that's how it'll be. They'll have the word like, oh, the nukes are gonna fly, and everybody, all these fucking people are gonna go off and hide. You know, Elon Musk, he might launch himself in a rocket, SpaceX, go live in a space station and shit.
Well, that nigga talking about going to Mars.
Right, well, he knows he can't get there. He knows he can't get there, but he can float where among the he can float how the satellites do. You know.
Oh boy, that's gonna happen. No, they're gonna hide themselves, like it tells you in the Zephaniah.
No, Amos.
Oh, Amos, yeah, check
that out. Get that. What do you got?
Sure, start on the world.
No, hold that. Get Amos though.
You're good.
Yeah.
Esau's the fucking man. He's the escape artist, but he ain't gonna escape this one.
Right. He got that contingency plan.
Yeah.
If everything fails, we're gonna run to these. We're gonna have these fucking hiding places, man. We're gonna run to try and escape the judgment. But the scriptures, hey man, the Lord said, hey man, that's why it says in the scriptures, none can deliver out of the Lord's hand. The Lord's like, you can hide wherever you want. I'm gonna come and get you.
It says that show is guaranteed. Yeah.
Amos what?
What?
Is it 9? Yeah.
It starts at
This Amos 9:1, I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door, that the posts may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them, and I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth of them shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. Though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them.
The Lord is bad, man. He said, them that escape shall not escape. You know? Them that deliver themselves shall not be delivered. He said, wherever they go, there will I be to find them. You know, the Lord is going to pull them up out of these dumps. All right? Yeah, hey, look, you're gonna have these Edomites in space floating around. What's gonna happen when the Lord comes with the angels? They're gonna be scared, man. They're gonna lose it, man. They're gonna shit all over themselves, man. They're gonna be weak in the knees, bro. Hey, man, that time is real and it's coming, man. Right, man, the Lord's gonna shake things up, man. He's gonna shake the whole house, man. And the nobles are gonna know what it feels like to be terrified. They're gonna know what it's like to feel unsafe.
The predator shall become the prey.
Yep. And it's gonna be a mass switcheroony, man.
This is Jeremiah 49:12. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunk it. And art thou he that shall go altogether unpunished?
Right, Esau thought he was just gonna sail off into the sunset, man. You know?
Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. For I have sworn by myself, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that Bozrah shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste.
our civilization is gonna get turned into rubble.
I went to my grandson this morning too. Yeah, I love it.
Right? And then the new reality is gonna be far greater than this nonsense. Right? Which we're all gonna fucking forget about, man. It's gonna be ancient history, man. You remember the Dark Ages when Esau ruled the world?
These are literally the Dark Ages.
That's what it's gonna be. They're gonna have the scrolls. It's gonna be called the Dark Ages.
Scrolls. Man. Remember that movie Pandora? Where there was that carving on the wall? And that dude was telling the story of what happened.
Yeah. Exactly. The man beast ruled the earth. It was a tumultuous time. The earth was in turmoil and cried out for the terror that was upon it.
I have heard a rumor, verse 14. I have heard a rumor from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather you together and come against her and rise up to the battle. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men.
Right? Because everybody's looking at Esau, and all this information is out there. Everybody's just like, yeah, man, all he does is wickedness, man. All he ever does is some bullshit, man. He's always lying. This motherfucker will blow something up and blame me for it, and then sanction me like I did the shit. I'm done with this guy, man. Yeah, hey, his own piece, man. And that was the New York stock exchange right there, man.
That was to fuck with the currency, bro.
Yeah.
So the World Trade Center, remember?
God.
So they were already starting to fuck with this. That was beginning of the New World Order. That was the beginning of the CBDC.
That was back in 2001. I still remember that day, man. I remember I didn't have to go to school that day.
You know what's trippy is we were at school that day, and when it happened, they called the whole school to the assembly room, and we all were in there, and we were all looking at each other thinking, man, we need to go start killing these towelheads.
Yeah.
Esau's a devil, bro. Which the word devil means a slanderer, a deceiver,
Yeah.
an accuser.
Think about how many people went to go and fight that war because of that.
Yep, they did.
And the whole time, man,
This
it was
motherfucker lied.
yeah. It was all a psyop, man.
They even said Pearl Harbor was a psyop. You know, that was
Because it's known that they had the information about the attack on Pearl Harbor before it ever happened, and they didn't do anything about it. So, hey, man. Yeah. It's always an excuse. Or what happened with Syria with the chemical weapons.
Oh yeah, Assad is bombing his own people.
Yeah. And then this dude's over here just like, why would I kill my own people? Like, why would I use chemical weapons? When have I ever done this before? And now all of a sudden I'm gonna fucking do this? Like,
Yeah, they were saying the same thing about Saddam.
right.
He was chemically attacking his own people. But when you actually go and talk to the actual people that are not a part of that psyop, they were saying that Assad loves his people. Meanwhile, Russia's saying humanitarian aid. But now they're saying Russia's a terrorist.
Yeah, they'll say Russia's causing problems, destabilizing, you know, dealing with terrorists and all this stuff. And it's like, but it's you, you're the one.
They're finding U.S. great military weapons
Right.
amongst the fucking, what do you call them? What do they call them?
Yeah.
Daesh.
Yeah. Well, what happened when they pulled out of Iraq? It was like, all right, we're going to get everybody out of Iraq. They pulled out in one day and left all their military equipment there. Al-Qaeda took it over. Fighter jets, helicopters, tanks, fucking massive arsenal of machine guns and ammo, rocket launchers and tech. You know what I mean? I'm walking, you know, this motherfucker, he got on like a robe and some sandals. But he got a goddamn helmet that can see through walls and a gun that can shoot around corners. You know, like, come on, bro.
That's why the scripture says, if it were possible, that they shall deceive the very elect. But we know how this devil operates, man. He was doing the same shit to Jake in the 80s, man. Leaving trains there with fucking high-powered assault rifles. So Jake could go around killing each other, man. You know, the crack epidemic. All that. We know how this devil works, man. That's why the Lord said he set up watchmen to watch and give warning to the people, man. Those are the prophets, man, that are out here on the highways and byways teaching you this truth, man. You know? Because he saw his whole purpose is to exterminate us, man. Okay? You so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, to rule forever. You know? That's what he wants, his inward thought. But it's not going to, as the scripture says, you know, the enterprise of the wicked shall be brought down. You know?
This Job 20:4, knowest thou not this of old,
Right.
since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night.
Right, right. So you think about it, the Lord gave this dude the power that he has, you know, and he's done all this evil. We know that the Lord is righteous and he's known for judging the wicked, man. You know, and it says, though his excellency mount up to heaven, yet will he be brought down, right? And then you go to Romans 9 and 14, it says, what shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Yahweh? God forbid. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Yahweh by that showeth mercy. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. Right? So, hey man, the Lord simply raised this devil up so that he can show his power. So you got all these people that look at Esau like, who can come against the beast, man? Who can come against, you know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, like all this technology, you know, it tells you in the scriptures that when the Lord comes back, they're going to try to fight against him. Man, surely the entire earth coming together would have great power. So imagine how it looks for the Lord to come back and to literally annihilate this entire fighting force of the world in a moment, in the blink of an eye. It literally tells you in what, the second Ezra 13, that there was no sword or weapon of war upon him. Simply out of his mouth issued fire and a whirlwind and a tempest, and all that was left was the smell of smoke. All that was left was ashes and the smell of smoke. So the Lord let Esau get to this pinnacle of power just to come back and be like, look, man, you ain't shit to me. You proud ass devil, I came to put you in your place.
That's my face don't know where I am because I got my job from Amsterdam.
I got the second one, 13.
Okay, real quick. This is Jeremiah 49 and 16. Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Right, because the Lord blessed him with the sword. And then, hey man, I watched a video where this Edomite was shooting a minigun, right? Now, a minigun is a mounted 50 caliber machine gun that shoots out 500 rounds a second. And they were shooting at this dummy that was made out of gel that's meant to replicate human skin. And that minigun tore this thing to shreds. It was like jello, like literally just mush, right? And he said you feel like a god holding that thing, man. And Esau, with that blessing that he has, that's how he feels. He feels like he's a god because he's got the nuclear weapon. He's got the high-level military tech, you know. So that's why it said. That's why he thinks he's God on earth. That's why he's like, I'll be like the Most High. I'm gonna send above the heights of. I'm the fucking guy. There ain't nobody else beside me. I'm the shit. And it was all through this blessing that the Lord gave him. And he don't seem to understand that. You know. And so the Lord's gonna have it to where his own wickedness, his own doings are going to be his downfall. He's going to hang himself on his own stumps, man. These nuclear missiles that he's holding the world hostage with, that's what's going to be used to kill the third part of man, which is going to be Esau. It's going to be America and the European Union.
It says, "O that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. Also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah."
So you got to think about it, man. Even in the kingdom, if you go around Esau's dwelling, it's just going to be a mess. It's going to be ugly, man.
As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord. No man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it.
Yep. Hey man, you said that people are gonna pass by and be like, damn.
Just looking at it.
They're gonna be like, man, this was that fucking evil ass place the Lord destroyed. They said people are gonna hiss at it. They're gonna be like, kick dirt at it.
Yeah, because the scripture says, the smoke of her torment shall ascend forever and ever. Right? So the nations far off, we're going to be able to see the smoke.
Yeah.
From even across the other side of the world, we're going to be able to see the smoke.
Right, man, that's that burning place.
Yeah, because, bro, you guys remember when all the trees were burning up there at the border?
Yeah.
And we were able to see the ashes and the smoke out here.
Yeah.
People's cars were covered in ashes.
That's the Gehenna.
This is
America's the Gehenna.
shithole.
The trash dump.
Yeah.
Trash heap.
And when this place is hit by the nukes, this smoke gonna be up there for a while.
Because when you go into the word there for hell in the New Testament, the word is Gehenna, which is a place where Jake would throw all the undesirable and abominable things and burn it. So it's literally the dump.
It's like call it the dump. You take your shit to the landfill and they burn it out there. I've actually witnessed, there's still countries where they'll build an outhouse. And all it is just like a shack with a hole for your waste to go down. And then eventually they light on fire and burn it.
This is Jeremiah 50:8. Remove out of the midst of Babylon and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans and be as the he-goats before the flocks. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain, and Chaldea shall be a
gave him what was coming to him, you know? Basically, you got what was coming to you, you know? Russia's been at war with America forever, man. You know, when America finally goes down, the Russians are gonna be rejoicing, man. You know, and America dragging the world into World War III. All these nations be like, yeah, this is the fire starter, man. You're the reason why all this shit is happening. You know, even the European Union is gonna shoot on them because look, Europe is next to Russia. Europe is in the shit with all these different countries because most of them are on that side of the world. This is the hindermost of the world. You know, there's a great mass of water between us. But Europe is over there in the shit next to Iran, next to India, next to Africa, next to Russia, you know, next to Israel. They're next to China. They're all in that. They're in that mix. So it's like, oh man, you made everybody hate us, and we're fucking right smack dab in the middle of all this shit. That's why in World War I and II, you look at the pictures of like Britain or England, they were tore up because they were getting bombed. They're like, man, America didn't fight this war, fucking we did. Y'all came in late. There was that prime minister that said, you know, we had to wait forever for you to come help us in the First World War. We had to drag you kicking and screaming into the Second World War. You know, and now fucking here it is, you're gonna get us into a Third World War. And we're the ones that's gonna be in the fucking shit pot, man.
I don't know if it was the Prime Minister of Germany or one of them countries. He was saying that Putin called him directly and threatened to nuke his ass.
Yeah.
Because they're over there helping Ukraine. You know? And then what was I gonna lost my train of thought.
One of Putin's military intelligence guys said that if war was to break out, the first place we would hit is London.
Yeah, that's the finances.
Get rid of their money.
And if you only notice, remember that earthquake that just hit Syria, Turkey? It said that the estimated casualties are over 20,000 from that earthquake. But a brother posted a video how Sweden and Turkey were getting into some kind of argument or disagreement, and Turkey's a NATO member. Sweden, they're NATO members, or the peace NATO and the EU members, and Turkey was saying, keep your head. One of the ambassadors, if you will, of Turkey was saying to keep your hands off Turkey. And literally the next day is when that earthquake hit, which the scriptures talk about in Ezekiel 38, how Togarmah is going to be protected by Russia eventually. So that's already showing you that Turkey is going to link up with Russia. You know, there's already, and it's been going on for a little bit, how Turkey is in disagreement with a lot of stuff that NATO is doing.
It's been going on for a few years now.
Yeah, but then for them to actually get attacked right after they said that, it's like a sure sign that NATO struck them. Because it showed like a red cloud, like something unnatural.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Turkey is like Russia's front door.
Well, Turkey is right next to Syria.
Yeah.
So it'd be like right under like Europe. Like West Europe. You know, the Syria is right above Israel. So it's like they're like right next to each other. And Russia is eventually going to back Turkey. It says they're going to be a guard unto them. You know, World War III is going to be it's going to be a sick one, bro. tells you, what is that, Isaiah? That this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. You know? Because conventional wars were fought with swords, bows, catapults. You know, the destruction wasn't as fiery, if you will, as it is